I'm Max from TechMesh, and today I have the Redmi 4 Prime, as you can see, Xiaomi Redmi 4 Prime, and I'm going to review it. And if you want to see its unboxing, link will be in the description below, or you can click on the top. So let's get started. So first of all, let's start with the build quality. So it has a great build quality. Let's start. In the right side you can see the power button and the volume rocker, which is a little bit mushy, and on the left side you can see the SIM tray, hybrid SIM slot. It is a hybrid SIM slot. And in the top you can see the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and air blaster and a noise cancellation. And at the front you can see capacitive keys which aren't backlit, and at the bottom you will see a charging port with two sound wheels. One is for microphone and one is for speaker. And at the back you can see the Mi logo with the fingerprint sensor and the camera with dual tone LED flash and antenna band. And at the top you can see the plastic for better antenna reception. And you can see the phone is actually a lot thick. It is exactly 8.9 millimeter thick, and I am going to show you when you will put a case on it and how will it look like. Actually it is a lot more slippery, so I'm going to put this case. I'm using it right now. So here, now let's see. As you can see, the phone is now a lot more thicker than previous. So just keep that in mind, that the phone is a lot slippery, so you have to put a case or a skin or whatever you wanna prefer. Now just let's see the fingerprint sensor. Okay, 1 2 3. You can see it is pretty fast. Okay, again 1 2 3. Okay, we can now again 1 2 3. As you can see, the fingerprint is pretty fast and responsive according to the budget, so I think you won't have any issue with that. Though in some circumstance, if your finger is wet, the fingerprint sensor won't work. Now let's check the display. It has a 1080p display, 5-inch display, LCD, IPS panel, exactly. And let's check the brightness. It is a pretty bright display, and for reading ability at night, for better viewing experience, it has also night mode, as you can see, night reading mode. And but there is a problem with the display, that it is kind of yellowish, but I think you will be kind of used to it by using it for a couple of weeks, so I think it won't be a pretty much disadvantage or disappointment for you. Now let's check the performance of the CPU. It has a Snapdragon 625 octa-cores, 2.2 GHz, clocked at 2 GHz, and it has a Cortex A53 cores, and it is built on top of 14 nanometer technology, and it has Adreno 506 GPU. It is actually a power saving CPU, which is really great, and also supports some great games and multitasking, whatever you want to do with it. And here you can see, let's go to the sensor. Just swipe right, and as you can see, there is a lot of sensor for a budget device. That is pretty impressive, I would say. Just look at it, I mean, just impressive. And now let's talk about its software. It is running on MIUI as a Xiaomi device. It is on Android 6.0.1 on top of MIUI 8.2.4.1 or 4.0 global version. And actually it is not a great ROM, I would say. I definitely hate this MIUI. It is a lot more buggy than I expected. And now let's jump to the camera. So it has a 13 megapixel f2.2 rear camera, f2.2 aperture for rear camera, and in daylight and with some good lighting condition, it takes pretty good picture, but in low lights it really falls short. And the as you can see, there is manual mode and many other modes. Wait, I'm going to show you. Here you can see there is a lot of modes for you to take pictures and to play with. And in manual modes you can adjust the ISO balance and the white balance and many other things, so that is pretty interesting. So, and for the front camera, it has pretty decent front camera, 5 megapixel f2.2 aperture, and which it really takes some good selfies, I would say. So I think the camera is not so great at low lights, but it will get your job done. If you're serious about mobile photography, then I wouldn't suggest this device actually. So it's up to you. If you want to just compromise a little bit on the camera, then I think you can go with it. So now let's jump to the gaming performance of it. I already ran some graphics intensive game like Asphalt 8 or Asphalt Extreme or Modern Combat, and actually it all ran just fine, but with some frame escape, because its processor is Snapdragon 625, which is a power saving processor, but it will get your job done, and I don't think you will find any difficulties with the gaming performance with it. I think if you are a hardcore gamer, you won't find any problem with it. So in gaming performance, I will give it a thumbs up. And then let's just show you. And here you can see I am playing Asphalt Extreme, and here is just a little bit couple of frame drops. I think for a budget set like this, it wouldn't be an issue so much, but it's up to you, because how can it would be more better at this budget segment. So okay, now enough with the gaming performance. Now let's see its RAM management. Just wait a second. Oh, oops. Okay, let's see the RAM management here. So as you can see, I have like almost 1.6 or 1.7 GB RAM available out of 3 GB, which is a pretty impressive RAM management. But there is a couple of problem with RAM management with MIUI. Just keep that in mind. And now come to its battery performance. It has a pretty great battery, 4100 milliampere, and it will provide you around 7 to 8 hours screen on time. So its battery life is pretty great, and its price is around 160 or $70 a US dollar. So I think it justifies the price. So now let's check all the boxes. Its build quality and design is good enough for this price segment, and its display is also good enough, 1080p. Its performance is really great, I would say. It's Snapdragon 625 processor. Its camera is mediocre. It's up to you. You have to if you want to go for this device, you have to compromise on the camera. Its battery life is pretty great, 4100 mAh, and its software experience, for me it was bad, but if you are not a huge fan of stock Android, then I think it will work for you just fine, but for me it didn't work. And just keep that in mind, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.